want to talk to you about this idea of retiring at 55, okay? And why it may be something that you want to consider. I know that for most of you who are following me, you're in your 40s. Maybe you haven't yet gotten very serious about retiring, like thinking ahead into retirement. And here's something that I really want to challenge you on, push you on a little bit, is that one, making retirement a priority, really prioritizing it now. I know it's hard because you are most likely raising children and you're thinking, how do I save up for college? Some of you are thinking, how do I even save up for a house payment and all of that, and you're pushing away your retirement. I have a friend, she's 43, and she has not given her retirement any a thought at all. Like for her, it's just in the back of her mind. She's like, oh, that's something I'll get to later. That's something I'll figure out later. She doesn't have anything set up as far as college accounts for her kids. And so for her, and this isn't to shame anyone, I just want to tell you how common this thought process is. It's like, I will get to it when it happens, when I get there. The problem with that, okay, I'm just going to be just so real with you, is that there are so many people who are of retirement age. I'm talking about in their 60s, like mid 60s, late 60s, who should, in my opinion, be enjoying life because they have worked so hard already. And so for me, it's like, I want them to be able to go on cruises, like do whatever the heck they want to, have freedom of schedule. If they want to work, great. If they choose not to, totally fine. But it's a choice versus something they have to. And I'm seeing more and more of this, and it absolutely breaks my heart that I literally have people in their late 60s, early 70s who are delivering food, okay, and groceries to my home. Like they're basically door dashing. And they're struggling. Like I see them on my camera. By the way, yes, I absolutely like go above and beyond as far as tips goes. But for me, it breaks my heart. Like that is something that they have to do at their age. And so I want to push this point because I want to be clear, not to guilt you, not to shame you, but I really want you to get super serious about your retirement. Like actually contributing, yes, to your 401k, at minimum the match, and then maxing out your Roth IRA every single year, okay? Because you cannot finance your retirement. I know we don't want our kids to have student loan debt. We've seen what it's done to us. We're like, no, I don't want that for my children. I want them to be financially free when by the time they graduate college. And as a mother myself, I get that so much. And my heart is with you. But you have to take care of yourself first. Because the truth of the matter is you cannot finance your retirement. There is no borrowing for the government for the purposes of you being able to retire, because you basically at that age, you're like, well, we're not giving you any more loans for like personal loans because we don't know when you're going to meet Jesus. Okay, that's just the truth of the matter. And so for me, I don't want you to work all the way till like you die. That's not fun for anyone to think about. And that sounds super morbid, but I really cannot push this for, like, I don't know how else to express this to you. And again, this is not from a place of guilt and shame for you to feel bad. Instead, I hope what it does is creates this sense of radical self-responsibility. Like 1,000%, I can start today. I can start educating myself. I can start figuring out my numbers. I can start being the woman the wealthy woman who takes radical responsibility for her finances and for her life, and that includes preparing for retirement. Okay, so if you're not already contributing to your 401k, maxing out your Roth IRAs, like, let's get that going. Let's get that going, because I do not want you to be struggling. I do not want you to have to feel like you're, 67, supposed to be retirement age, and instead you're door dashing and like not enjoying like full retirement, not going on cruises, not taking like vacations, whatever that may be, and instead like you're struggling. We don't want that for you. So let's get that going. Okay, so that's that very first piece that I really just want you to, like, if you get nothing from that, do that. Take care of yourself first. Put that oxygen mask on yourself first, because is it going to suck for your kids if they have student loan debt? Yes, it's going to suck, but you know what, they have a loan and they can pay it off. They will figure it out, just like you figured it out. They will figure out a way to pay that loan off, because there is a loan for them. But there is not a loan for you, sweetheart. There's not a loan for you at 67 and realizing, oh, Social Security isn't enough. Or for those of you who have been a stay-at-home mom for a good chunk of that time, or a stay-at-home wife, whatever the case may be, you've been a stay-at-home mom for a good chunk of that, you haven't really paid into Social Security, and so you're not even getting like I think that I did look this up. In 2026, they say average, okay, based off of your highest earning years, average, most people are looking at about $1,700 to $1,900, and that's assuming you wait to retire at minimum at 67. Okay, so the longer you wait, I think it's actually 67 to 70, the longer you wait, the closer you are to that number, given how much you actually have paid to Social Security. So that's not even guaranteed. So you have not looked up what your estimated is for your Social Security. I want you to go to the Social Security website. I'm going to drop that for you. I want you to have a clear picture. Okay, we're not playing in the realm of like guessing. Guessing is not a strategy. Okay, guessing is not going to make sure that your mortgage is paid or your rent is paid by the time you retire. We're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to have actual numbers, because you need to know what that looks like closer to your reality, because that's going to really help you to realize, okay, I really need to get things going. I need to either be contributing to my Roth, okay, 401k at work, or if you are a business owner like I am, you have your solo 401k, you're going to get that set up. That needs to get going. We need to set that up. If that's not set up, you have to get that set up, okay? Because that's going to be one of your tax advantages account that's really going to help you in your retirement, and you're going to make sure you have your Roth set up, okay? Those are your two tasks. That's your two tasks. Because you need to have that set up. We're going to make sure that your retirements are taken care of, because I'm assuming you don't want to work forever. Okay, my heart is for you to have such an abundant life, to be able to enjoy life, and part of that is ensuring that you don't live forever, honey, because work forever, because we don't want you working forever. We want you to have those two things going. So that's today. That's what you're going to do. You're going to set up your two accounts, okay? So if you already have a 401k through your workplace and you are not enrolled in their program, you need to get on that ASAP. If you're a business owner, you're going to set up your 401k solo. I basically break that down for you on how to do that. I use Swap. You can use like Vanguard, whoever else, but that's who I went through. And it's it seems complicated, but it's not at all. It just, some paperwork needs to be done for that. And then, of course, making sure you have your Roth IRA set up. Okay, that's your task. Okay, that's not even for today. Let's do, like, this week, I want you to do that. Like, we need you to have that established, have that set up, especially if you're a business owner. You probably don't have a 401k through a workplace, so you're gonna make sure that you have your solo, right, 401k set up. I use, again, straightforward process. I'm going to break that down for you inside of the Wealth Builder Circle. And then, of course, making sure you have your Roth. You're going to max it out, okay? And I will talk to you about that in a different video of why you want to make sure you max it out, what I specifically do,